Drew McIntyre loses WWE title at live event. Real reason behind Aleister Black's WWE absence revealed. Jade Cargill gets heat from WWE Locker Room. Stephanie Vaquer vacating the WWE Women's World title. Dominik Mysterio takes shots at Bad Bunny. Unfortunate news on Uncle Howdy's WWE future. Let's get started. Real reason behind Aleister Black's WWE absence revealed. Aleister Black vanished from WWE TV after January 2nd, and it wasn't an accident. Following his brutal ambulance match with Damian Priest, Black has been completely pulled from SmackDown, and that disappearance is all part of the plan. A January 17, 2026 report from PW Insider reveals WWE intentionally took Black off television to let the sheer violence of that main event sink in. The match was designed to feel final. Black was driven through an ambulance windshield, launched off the roof, and left buried under wreckage. WWE wanted that ending to matter, so instead of popping up the next week like nothing happened, Black stayed gone. There's been some backstage chatter that Black walked away sore, which makes sense given the punishment, but nothing serious enough to keep him sidelined if WWE truly wanted him back on screen. This absence is storytelling, not injury management. Damian Priest sealed the rivalry by slamming the ambulance doors shut, a visual meant to signal the end of Aleister Black. At least for now, there's still no word on when Black will return, but every week he's gone only adds to the aura surrounding him. So when Aleister Black finally reappears on SmackDown, how do you guys want it to happen? Leave your thoughts down in the comments. Stephanie Vaquer vacating the WWE Women's World title? Stephanie Vaquer's reign has delivered in the ring, but it suddenly took a dangerous turn after the champion suffered a legitimate ankle injury. Instead of backing off, Raquel Rodriguez did the exact opposite, repeatedly targeting that injured ankle on Raw, blurring the line between storyline brutality and real concern. Naturally, that led fans to ask the big question, could Vaquer be forced to vacate the title? As of now, the answer is a firm no. Despite the injury being real, WWE has no plans to strip Stephanie Vaquer of the Women's World Championship. According to a report from Fightful Select's Sean Ross Sapp, creative has stayed the course, with no internal discussions about vacating the title or changing direction. Vaquer is still viewed as the centerpiece of the division, and her championship reign remains fully intact behind the scenes. Even more interesting, WWE's creative plans are continuing to revolve around her ongoing feud with Raquel Rodriguez. That detail is especially telling because it suggests the injury isn't meant to sideline Vaquer for long. In fact, tentative plans are already in place for her next title defense, with the weekly on-screen attacks serving as clear setup rather than a backup plan. Raquel's relentless focus on the ankle isn't just a coincidence, it's the engine driving this storyline forward. In short, what looks like a potential championship crisis may actually be intentional escalation. The injury angle hasn't paused the story, it's intensified it. And if WWE sticks to its current plans, Stephanie Vaquer's reign isn't ending anytime soon. It's heading straight into its most personal and dangerous chapter yet. Dominik Mysterio takes shots at Bad Bunny. While sidelined with injury, Dominik Mysterio made a surprise appearance in a vignette during AAA's debut broadcast on Fox, and he used the spotlight exactly how you'd expect. The reigning AAA Mega Champion took aim at several high-profile names, but his sharpest comments were reserved for Bad Bunny, instantly reigniting speculation about the global superstar's long-awaited WWE comeback. Bad Bunny hasn't appeared on WWE television since his hometown victory over Damian Priest at Backlash 2023 in Puerto Rico. Since then, whispers of a return have surfaced multiple times, but nothing has materialized. With the Grammy-winning artist reportedly focused on major commitments, including a Super Bowl performance next month, his wrestling future has remained uncertain. Still, Dominik made sure his name stayed in the conversation. During the vignette, Mysterio mocked the idea that celebrities are responsible for the growing attention on Lucha Libre and AAA's new television deal. He sarcastically dismissed claims that famous names are the reason AAA is exploding on Fox, taking a jab at Bad Bunny's past appearances and even joking about his connection to Mr. Iguana. According to Dom, there's only one real attraction drawing eyes to the product: himself. The segment also featured footage from Dominik's heated confrontation with Bad Bunny on the post-WrestleMania 39 episode of Raw, a moment that remains one of the most memorable celebrity wrestler interactions in recent WWE history. By revisiting that clash, AAA subtly reminded fans that unfinished business may still exist. Mysterio didn't stop there. Declaring himself the king of the luchadors and the dirtiest of the dirty, Dom continued to lean into his growing reputation as one of wrestling's most controversial figures, blending arrogance, sarcasm, and calculated disrespect to fuel the buzz. Jade Cargill gets heat from WWE Locker Room. Jade Cargill isn't on WWE's bad side, but behind the curtain, her name is definitely being mentioned. Following a growing list of injuries to B-Fab, Mykin, and now Tiffany Stratton, all after matches with the reigning women's champion, locker room chatter has started to pick up. During a recent Fightful Select Q&A, Sean Ross Sapp confirmed that while there's no official blame, talent has absolutely noticed the pattern. Sapp was careful to pump the brakes on speculation. He made it clear there's no evidence Jade caused the injuries through unsafe work or negligence, and there's no heat from WWE management or producers. But that hasn't stopped conversations among wrestlers themselves. Tiffany Stratton hasn't competed since facing Cargill, and with B-Fab believed to have suffered a concussion, the trend is hard for the roster to ignore, even if it's not being addressed publicly. According to Sapp, this isn't drama or scandal. It's simply wrestlers doing what they always do, talking. Injuries happen, patterns get noticed, and discussions follow. That doesn't mean Jade is in trouble, but it does mean eyes are on her. For now, WWE continues to present Cargill as a dominant force, even weaving Mishin's injury into storyline promos. Still, if another incident occurs, quiet locker room conversations could quickly turn into something the office can't ignore. So, the question remains, are these concerns justified, or is the locker room jumping ahead of the facts? Leave your thoughts down in the comments. Drew McIntyre loses WWE title at live event. Drew McIntyre was determined to walk out of Newcastle with the undisputed WWE Championship, no matter how ugly it had to get. At the live event, McIntyre put the title on the line against Cody Rhodes in a highly competitive matchup. As the fight wore on, it became clear that the momentum was starting to swing in Rhodes' favor. Rather than risk losing the championship, McIntyre made a calculated decision that shocked the crowd. The Scotsman drove a low blow into Rhodes, instantly forcing the referee to call for the bell. Cody Rhodes was awarded the victory by disqualification, but McIntyre accomplished his real goal, keeping the championship firmly in his possession. The American Nightmare wasn't finished. Enraged by the cheap ending, Rhodes attacked McIntyre after the match, putting him through a table before grabbing the undisputed WWE Championship and holding it high. The visual made one thing clear: Cody isn't done chasing that title. With WWE reportedly backing away from a Rhodes vs. Roman Reigns match at WrestleMania, speculation is growing that Cody's path is changing. Many believe Rhodes could win the 2026 Royal Rumble and use that victory to challenge Drew McIntyre, setting the stage for a massive championship clash at WrestleMania 42. Unfortunate news on Uncle Howdy's WWE future. Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Six have become a constant presence on WWE Friday Night SmackDown, and since debuting last year, they've wasted no time making their mark, especially in the tag team division. From the moment the group arrived on the blue brand, they felt different. The unsettling presentation, the slow burn storytelling, and the aura surrounding Uncle Howdy instantly set them apart. For a while, it genuinely seemed like Triple H viewed the faction as more than just another act, with many fans believing Uncle Howdy was being groomed as a future main event player who could eventually break out on his own. That speculation, however, may have gotten ahead of reality. According to a recent Fightful Q&A, there has been no internal indication that Uncle Howdy is lined up for a singles push. Despite the buzz online, Fightful noted they haven't heard anything suggesting WWE plans to move Howdy away from the tag team scene in a major solo role anytime soon. A big factor in that decision comes down to who's under the mask. Bo Dallas, the man portraying Uncle Howdy, has competed in just one singles match over the past 6 years. Because of that long absence from solo competition, WWE reportedly views tag team wrestling, along with possible work in AAA, as the most effective and realistic way for him to stay active and sharp in the ring. There is still some room for intrigue, though. Fightful mentioned that Uncle Howdy could receive a moment or small push around the Royal Rumble, potentially as a confidence builder or a way to test audience reactions in a higher profile setting. Even then, that would not signal a full commitment to a singles run. For now, the Wyatt Six appear firmly planted in the tag team division, where their presence continues to feel impactful. While the idea of Uncle Howdy breaking out on his own is compelling, it looks like WWE is playing the long game, keeping the faction together and avoiding a singles push that may be premature.